Linear anaerobic, what it is and how to increase your limit. Your heart rate and physical conditioning mark the thin line that defines your linear anaerobic. When you put the most of yourself, you understand how to locate your linear anaerobic, and that's where you can measure your limits. To try to follow training patterns that allow you to increase this fantastic variable. Along with the control of glycogen are the two most viable and useful variables to control for the cyclist. Here we will teach you how to do this. The linear anaerobic is like a glass ceiling. You don't see it, but it's there and gets in the way of having a better gain and performance increase, and more intense at the highest level of effort. It's not your maximum, it's not your 100%, but it's that margin that marks when your body starts to act with an intensity that needs a lot of energy. And then it starts to pull its carbohydrate reserves anaerobically, that is with lack of oxygen for decomposition. And what does that mean? Come on, in practice it's simpler. If you increase your linear anaerobic, you can do sessions with much more intensity in which you touch this linear anaerobic but don't go over it. And that will allow you to go more comfortable at the highest power and maintain the consumption of carbohydrates to have more resistance to high heart rates. It is often said that, to measure where your linear anaerobic is, you must be able to implement a maximum rhythm on the bike, but that allows you to hold out for 30 minutes. If you hold out for that time at that maximum rhythm, you will have located your linear anaerobic, and with graphs of your heart rate and power, you can see quantitatively where it is and try to improve it. Come on, you can put more watts more constantly without your body suffering so much from the demand for that rhythm. In fact, and it is already more than proven, the linear anaerobic has a genetic component. Although this is not totally decisive, it is influential on cyclists who are genetically more capable of reaching the highest linear anaerobic. Of course, with training almost everything is achievable, surpassing the predeterminations of origin, of birth. That said, we also advise that before trying to measure your linear anaerobic, do some kilometers, 20 or 30, of heating and physical air conditioning, with a small change in rhythm, and above all after sweating, and finally stabilize your heart rate and cadence. So, it will be time to see what level you are at. So, you can measure and improve your linear anaerobic in several ways, in addition to doing it professionally, measuring in a scientific study where everything is monitored. We propose some easier methods. First, consequences of 10 minutes explosive 95% followed by 10 more minutes of rest in 60% followed by a similar transition plus 20 minutes explosive followed by another 20. Effort. This is the best way to increase your anaerobic linear, but not the only one. You can also do the shorter dynamics, warm-up, anaerobic linear location, and then 5 minutes at 110%, followed by another 5 at the limit, at 100%. Continue with this sequence for about 20 minutes and your improvement will be remarkable. There are several routines, but these are the most useful and simple. You don't have to measure the whole time, just stretches of time in which you will vary your intensity. There will be time at home to evaluate the data that come up from your training. Of course, do these exercises a few times a week and not successively. If you train to increase your anaerobic linear on Monday, do it again after Wednesday. Leave a few days off before repeating these exercises for a long recovery and rest. It's simple. The higher, the better your physical conditioning will be. Once you've located your anaerobic linear, improving it is a matter of simple training guidelines, but well defined as the ones we point out. If you follow any of these two simple guidelines, you will notice that after 2 or 3 weeks, your anaerobic linear will have increased and will still be 5 beats higher than when you started training. This improvement in the anaerobic linear is what will help you keep a constant rhythm for longer, and the resulting results of this improvement will certainly surprise you. If you made it to this part of the video, it is a sign that you are committed to the pedal. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and share this video with the guys on the pedal. I've prepared fantastic material that will help you a lot in climbing training. Click on the button here on the side and stop missing climbs. A big hug and good pedal.